This video is designed to review some of the advanced order entry features found in CMS. We've had a couple other videos to look at both the multi-shipped and gift order parts of order entry as well as the future shipment. In this one we're going to look at continuity orders. So let's get right to that one. I'm going to assume you've seen the basic order entry or understand the basic order entry functions within CMS, and that you may have watched those other videos as well. So just like the other ones, I'm going to go ahead and pull somebody up here to stand in for the billing person, and I am going to go right to the item screen where once again most of these ordering techniques take place. We saw the multiple ship to a minute ago, and we played around with the future ship dates, but now we're going to look at the continuity orders, and that's a feature that's tucked away down here. So I'm going to go ahead and access that wizard. It's a sort of a software wizard, and it actually, once you get the hang of this, it works really well too. And there's really a couple of different questions here. So the first one, if you just look at it, is we're defining when and where we're sending shipments. So you can say send a shipment every 1 month or 2 months. You can also set this to be weeks, so you could say every 6 weeks or every single month or once every 2 months if you wanted to. So you can choose that, and then you can tell it which day of the month to do the fulfillments on. We're going to assume it's on the first of the month. Then you could come in, the next line is, well, how many shipments is this? Is it a 3-month shipment or a 3 shipment, depending on your window, or 6 shipments or 12 shipments? This continuity function is assuming there is a beginning and ending window to this program you're putting together. So typically it's designed, or it's looking for a 3-month, 6-month. Let's put 6 months in here. So this is going to create 6 line items or 6 shipments, one for 1 a month, and of course you could tell it to start. So for instance, let's start these on the 1st of January. So now we have the window of time set up. The next part is, what is it that you want to send? So let's send them this baby girl gift basket, let's call it, and here you would put the quantity that you want to send. So could be 1 or 2, 3, 4, as half a dozen, however many things you're selling to them. That's how that part works. Now you could do 2 things here. One is that you could actually go shipment by shipment and put a different product in each one, or you could copy the same product across the board right down the line. You could also put more than one item on here. So you could say, let's put this item on, and we'll copy it to all the shipments. So I'm going to hit OK here and get to the next step. But I just wanted you to see there's 2 ways to do it. One is to create one and copy it down. 2 is to actually go to each shipment and put on specific items. And you could change the shipping manually here too for each one. So let's say okay, I just want you to see what happens. You just watched it add all those items to this invoice. Now if you just watched the future ship or the future ship video, you'll notice or have some familiarity with the line item fulfillment date. So I'm going to come up here to the very first one, and I want you to see that because of the way we structured it, these first 2 items are scheduled to ship on January 1st. If I look at the next 2 items, they are scheduled to ship on February 1st. In a 30-day, 1-month interval, just like we set up. So here's the 3rd shipment on March, 4th shipment in April, 5th shipment in May, and June is the 6th shipment. So the continuity wizard allows us to sort of set that window of time and roll it out automatically without having to manually put all of these on the order themselves. You can see it's a very simple process. So same thing right now, we're going to move on to the rest of this order. you can see the shipping here. It's rolled out 6 different shipments down here for the way it works. This particular database has everything shipping in its own box, so really what it's doing is creating 2 boxes for each shipment. So it's doing what it's supposed to there. Here's where it's supposed to ship to. There's the money screen, and in this case you could do the same thing. You could bill up front for the whole entire shipment, or you could wait and bill them accordingly as each one is released. And once again, if you're planning to pay on credit cards, you need to collect the card numbers up front here, so when you do the release, the card number's available to charge. Without it, it can't charge the card. So some people do these and bill them out later, and it's a net 30, which of course you wouldn't put a payment in here on that condition. But I just want to make sure everybody realizes that if it's going on a credit card, you need to collect the card information, while you're putting the order in, even if it's a future shipment. Okay, we have the notes, and here's our view invoice. Once again, we see these showing up in a future ship position where they've been ordered, but they haven't been sent yet because they're not scheduled for shipment. So I'm going to go ahead and save this order. And this feature, like future shipping, is released and managed from the fulfillment manager. So under the same token, I'm going to go to the first of the month, year, and refresh this, and I should see all the orders that require a future fulfillment to be triggered the end of the date. And I'm coming down to the bottom of the list here. Here is all of those line items and shipments and their scheduled dates right here. So there's the first 2 for February, March, April, May, and June. And so when these dates come and trigger and we come up here and process them, they will release and then create an invoice, and you should see a new invoice being created. So I'm going to go ahead and release this first shipment here just so you could see it. So I have everything up to the first, so that should only release this first shipment. And I'm going to tell it to override the date. So we should just see the first shipment release. And there it is. And for giggles, we're going to go back to that form or that order, and sure enough, so we can see it's been updated and one of the shipments have been sent. So if we look at the original, here's the original position, here's the first fulfillment where we sent this one item, or we've prepared to send it. It's now ready for fulfillment. So each month comes along, we release the next shipment, creates an invoice, we have all the paperwork, we have all the charges set up to run the credit card, and so it runs very smoothly. Just takes a few minutes to understand the process and to set it up and to manage it. But we have a lot of people that use this feature, and it works very, very well. So that's it pretty much in a nutshell on the continuity orders. We have plans to add some additional club type features here in the next year or so, hopefully sooner than later. But if you're trying to do plans or programs like this where you've got scheduled shipment, this is definitely the way to go. If you have any questions about that or want some further training or want to dive into it deeper, feel free to let us know by shooting an email or giving us a call. Otherwise, thanks for watching.